نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات. All praise and thanks be to Almighty Allah Azza wa Jal, who have made us among the living today. We praise Him and glorify Him. Inshallah, today being the 14th day of Ramadan, which coincides with the 24th of March 2024, we're going to be continuing our Ramadan Tafseer of Suratul Sajdah. Yes, the last verse we read yesterday was وَلَوْ تَرَى إِذِ الْمُجْرِمُونَ نَاكِسُوا رُؤُوسِهِمْ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ. He said, if you are to see the mujrim, the criminal, when they are before their Lord, نَاكِسُوا رُؤُوسِهِمْ, they will be bending their leg in their head, they will be hanging their head in what? In humiliation. They will humble themselves before Allah Azza wa Jal, because they were arrogant in this world to accept the truth. On day of judgment, they will be humiliated. May Allah not count us among them. And Allah in the verse was, they said what?
رَبَّنَا أَبْصَرْنَا وَسَمِعْنَا فَارْجِعْنَا نَعْمَلْ صَالِحًا. Say, رَبَّنَا, oh our Lord. They start praying to their Lord. Say, oh our Lord, أَبْصَرْنَا, oh we've seen the truth now. وَسَمِعْنَا, and we heard the truth. فَارْجِعْنَا, return us back to this world. نَعْمَلْ صَالِحًا, so that we can do righteous deeds. إِنَّا مُوقِنُونَ. So verily now we are certain that the hereafter is truth, is reality. That is where we stopped yesterday. Inshallah, I'm going to be taking it from the next verse now, where Allah said, وَلَوْ شِئْنَا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولو شئنا لآتينا كل نفس هداها ولكن حق القول مني لأملأن جهنم من الجنة والناس أجمعين. Allah said what? وَلَوْ شِئْنَا. And if we have willed, لَآتَيْنَا, we will have given to all souls. لَآتَيْنَا كُلَّ نَفْسٍ, we will have given to all souls هُدَاهَا, their guidance. We are going to individual their guidance. They will be guided to the right path. What Allah said, وَلَكِنْ حَقَّ الْقَوْلُ مِنِّي. Rather, but the true statement from me is that لَأَمْلَأَنَّ جَهَنَّمَ مِنَ الْجِنَّةِ وَالنَّاسِ أَجْمَعِينَ. That verily I'm going to fill the hellfire with mankind and the jinn kind. Aliyazu billah, may Allah save us from this group of people that will enter hellfire. قوله تعالى ولو شئنا لآتينا كل نفس هداها اللهم هدنا فيما هديت. Amen. Said, "Oh Allah, guide us among those who you have guided." So what this means is that that every human being have been one. They all believe in Allah and they all obey Allah. So this is the choice. It will be a choice from Allah. Allah has will, but Allah is not with that, because if He has to will that, that means there will be a problem. There will be imbalance in the system. The equilibrium will not balance. The equation will not balance. Because we have variety of things happening today. That is why we are still able to live. We are still able to be stable in this world. Assuming we are all the same thing, we are all rich in this world. Nobody will be in need of what, of anything. Nobody will be in need of another person. So, قَوْلُهُ وَلَوْ شِئِنَا الضَّمِيرُ يَعُودُ عَلَى اللَّهِ. If you look at this word, Allah said وَلَوْ شِئِنَا. Hasn't been willed. We. Allah is the word we, not I will. Said this particular plural is what? Jam'u ta'zim. Plural of majesty. Even in English we use them in English too. فَإِذَا قَالَ نَصْرَانِيَّةٌ. If the Christians should say, so you look at you Muslim that you are claiming that Allah is one. Allah is saying here that what if we willed. We have to ask you, that means from this verse we can establish that Allah is three. The Christian might ask you this question. What should be your response? Said, قالوا, they will say to you, هاتوا لنا دليلا يخرج هذا اللفظ عن معانيها. They will tell you to bring evidence to show that this particular word of Allah that will make us not to say that Allah is no more than one. Give us reason. وَإِلَّا فَصَوَابُ مَعْنَا. If you don't have any evidence, that means the truth is with us. Because some Christians are also reading what? Reading the Quran. As a Muslim, you should know how to defend your religion. He said, وَأَنْتُمْ أَيُّهَا الْمُوَاهِدُونَ عَلَى ضَلَالٍ وَإِلَّا قَالَ اللَّهُ وَلَوْ شِئْتَ. They said, oh, you are claiming to be monotheists. You that are claiming to be monotheists, you are upon the error, you are upon the wrong path. Hasn't been Allah is one. Allah will just say, وَلَوْ شِئْتُ. That is the proper word for وَلَوْ شِئْتُ, if I will. But Allah said, وَلَوْ شِئْنَا. If we willed, فَالْجَوَابِ, the response we should give to them is that what? أَنَّ هَذَا مِنْ بَابِ التَّشْبِيهِ وَالتَّلْبِيسِ. Said this is from the way of deception, that you are bringing this as an evidence, you are just trying to deceive us or confuse yourself. وَإِلَّا, if that is not the case, فَارْجِي إِلَىٰ قَوْلِهِ تَعَالَى. You should run back to Allah, the statement of Allah in Suratul Baqarah, where Allah said, وَإِلَّهُكُمْ إِلَهٌ وَاحِدٌ. Said your Lord, Allah is what? Is one. Please, let's control these children. Allah said, La ilaha illa huwa. There is no deity worthy of worship except Him. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. The absolutely merciful, the especially merciful. سَفَيَكُونُ قَوْلُهُ وَلَوْ شِئْنَا. That means the statement here, وَلَوْ شِئْنَا, مِنْ بَابِ تَعْظِيمٍ, is regarding honor, plural of majesty. The way the English will says plural of what? Majesty. That is why you will not see anywhere Allah said what? Worship us in the Quran. Even as Allah is in plural of majesty, He will never say that. He will never say that what? Iyaka, He now say Iyana na'bud. He never said that. When it comes to worship, He only said Iyaka or Huwa. But in terms of him doing things, he can use what? We. That is what Moses. But when talk about worship, we always say worship me. Or worship you. That is depending on the case it may be. So وَقَوْلُ لَأَتَيْنَا. So in the statement when Allah said وَلَأَتَيْنَا كُلَّ نَفْسٍ. Said Allah said we will give guidance to all souls. Wal huda, the guidance here, the ma'ana dalala. What tawfiq is, you have to have guidance in Islam. We have hidayah to dalala, wa hidayah to tawfiq. The hidayah that to just show people the path. Okay, this is the street path. If you like, accept it or not. It's also hidayah. But the other hidayah, that one is for only Allah alone. As Allah guide you to become a Muslim, it's only Allah that can do that. That is what we call hidayah to at-tawfiq. ولهذا قال رحمه الله, so you said it in the Sharia, فَتَعْتَجِبْ بِالْإِيمَانِ وَطَاعَةٍ, that Allah should guide you with iman and obedience to Allah. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى لَفَعَلَ كَمَا قَالَ فِي آيَةٍ أُخْرَى. If Allah have wished, well, after Allah have wished, He have do it the way He said in another verse in Suratul Hud. He said, وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا. If your Lord have willed, if Allah have willed, He will have made the whole universe one nation. They all be worshiping Allah. وَلَا يَزَالُ مُخْتَلِفِينَ. There will not be anything that we have differences of opinion. No. Everybody will be in one side. وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ. He said what? إِلَّا مَنْ رَحِمَ رَبُّكَ. Except whoever have mercy upon, that He give you the guidance. So وَلِذَلِكَ خَلَقَهُمْ. And that is the main reason why Allah created human being. So that there will be those that will be guided and those that will be misguided. Another reason that why Allah decided not to guide every human being. If Allah do that, people will say that what Allah is compelling them, forcing them to do what is against their will. Allah give you the free will to choose in between the right and the wrong. Say for Allah Azza wa Jal, لو شاء لجعل أمة واحدة على الإيمان والتوحيد والاستقامة ولكن حكمة الله ta'ba zalika li asbab kaseeratu minha. He said, if Allah will have created the whole universe to be one nation, that they will have iman, they will have tawhid, but Allah refused to do that because of some wisdoms. And from the wisdom of Allah behind this is that annahu qala lin-nar, because Allah has said to hellfire already, لَأَمْلَأَنَّ جَهَنَّمَ مِنَ الْجِنَّةِ وَالنَّاسِ أَجْمَعِينَ. Allah has said to hellfire already that verily I'm going to fill you up with what? With mankind and jinkind, all of them. So they will all jinkind and mankind that disobey me, they will all enter hellfire. So if Allah is making all human beings to be one nation, that means this agreement, this promise that Allah promised hellfire will not be fulfilled. He said, وَهَذَا الْقَسَمُ, because Allah used the word, Allah used emphasis here. He said, لَأَمْلَأَنَّ وَتَعَهَدُ مِنَ اللَّهِ. This is a promise from Allah to what? To hellfire. That is why Allah said in Suratul Qaf, where Allah said what? Nam, يوم نقول لجهنم ألم تلهت وتقول هل من مزيد. Allah said what? يوم نقول لجهنم. Say on the day I want to say to Jahannam, oh hellfire, halim talat, are you filled up? And hellfire will say, la, I still need more, I need addition. In of that Allah made it this way, that means the hellfire will be rendered useless. Because the purpose of creating hellfire is that some people will be going there to go and see. That is one of the hikmah behind Allah creating what? Allah differentiating between those that are righteous and those that are upon falsehood. If that is the case, La Buddha and Yasjuk. Said there is no doubt as a Muslim you have to believe this. As Allah created mankind, some will obey Allah and some will disobey Him. Wa'alam, and you should also know, أَنَّهُ لَوْ كَانَ النَّاسُ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا عَلَى التَّوْحِيدِ, that if the whole universe, the whole human being, and they are all one ummah, one nation, that they are upon tawhid, they all believe in Allah. هَلْ يَتَمَيَّزُ الْمُؤْمِنُ مِنَ الْكَافِرِ. There will not be difference between someone that is a believer and the one that is a disbeliever. That is why those that are claiming that Al-Adiyanu Salasatun, those that are claiming that religion is three, that we have the Christianity, the Islam, and the Judaism, said what? These are the three heavenly what religion. That is a false statement. Allah cannot be out of confusion. They will not confuse the whole creation. See, if you are a Christian, you also go to heaven. If you are a Muslim, you also go to heaven. If you are a Jew, you also go to heaven. That means Allah is not really serious, if that is the case. Because what is contained in the Bible, or what is contained in the Old Testament, and what is contained in the Quran, they are different things. Selah, فَكُلُّهُمْ وَاحِدٌ فَلَا امْتِحَانٌ وَلَا إِطْهِيَارٌ. If the whole ummah, they are just one ummah, there will not be exam. Nothing like test. Allah will test you to know whether you are really a believer. Likewise, if there is one woman, there will not be command to do good or prohibit evil. Say al-muhim, the most important is that anna hunaka hikman kasiratan fi kaunillah. There is, what you need to know as a Muslim is that there is hikmah, there is wisdom, plenty wisdom behind Allah creating the universe like this. That is why Allah divides people into what? Two groups. وَلَكِنْ حَقَّ الْقَوْلُ مِنِّي. But rather, it is a true statement from me. That is the statement of Allah. It is a true statement from what? From me. Bimana wajaba wa sabata. Haqqa here means what? It's compulsory that what? That should happen that way. So from here you can learn that what? Angels and jinn and mankind will enter what? Enter Jahannam. So let's quickly look at the lesson you can learn from this verse before we move to the next one. The first one is Isbatu Mashiyatillah. Is that we should affirm that Allah is to will. If you will, you do this. If you will, you do that. Allah have that will to do and undo. Because Allah said, Walau shi'ina, hasn't been we will. Another faida I can also learn from here is that Tamamu Sultanihi, that he has complete, perfect power. He is in control of his authority. Because Allah said, what? If you have will, you have created the whole mankind to be one nation. You have given guidance to every nation. Number 3 faida is back to hikmatihi. So you can also learn from here that what there is wisdom behind anything Allah have created. Any musibah you are passing through, there is wisdom behind it. I used to say that if you are suffering now, and Allah should tell you that what this suffering you are suffering, that is the best for you. And it will show you that choose in between you suffering now and also you enjoying. Which one will you choose? You still choose to be suffering. Because that is the best for you. Allah know the hikmah behind that. You know the wisdom behind it. Faya to Rabia, the fourth benefit you can learn from this is Raddun ala Qadariyah. Is a rejoinder to those the set Qadariyah, those that believe in destiny. Whom yakulun, whom lazina yakulun, they are the one that say, Inna al-insana mustaqil bi amali. Said, all human beings, they are dependent of their words, of their deeds. It's anything you do. There's no will of Allah in it. So the next benefit, which is the fifth benefit from this statement, is isbatu kalamillah. Is that we also affirm that Allah used to talk. Because Allah said, Walakin haqqal qawl. Some people do not believe that Allah used to talk. Leave the matter alone. The matter. Some people not believe that Allah is to talk. But Allah said, وَلَكِنْ حَقَّ الْقَوْلُ مِنِّي. He said, but is the true statement from me. That means Allah is to talk. So number 6 fa'idah, the 6th benefit you can learn from this, lesson you can learn from this, أَنَّ كَلَامُهُ تَعَالَى بِحَرْفِهِ. That you also believe that the statement of Allah is with words. Because he said what? لَأَمْلَأَنَّ جَهَنَّمْ. I'm going to fulfill the hellfire. It's a statement, it's a word. So the number 7 benefit you can also learn from here. رَدٌّ عَلَى مَنْ زَعَمَ أَنَّ كَلَامُ اللَّهِ هُوَ الْمَعْنَى الْقَائِلُ بِنَفْسِ. So this is a rejoinder to those that claim that the statement of Allah, the word of Allah, is the meaning that is with him, with his soul, with his self. I say Allah did not use to talk using words. So the next fa'idah is battle now. From this verse, we establish that there is hellfire. And the next, أن الله تعالى أن الله أولى أوفى المعاهدين. We also learn from here that Allah is to fulfill his covenant, fulfill his promise. Because he has promised the hellfire that what? He will fill it with what? Mankind and jinn kind. And the last benefit you can learn from this, أن الجن يدخلون النار. That jinn kind will enter hellfire. If jinn kind will enter hellfire, will they also enter Jannah? Let me ask the question, sisters. Will jinn also enter Jannah? Now, why? Oh, because they are what? They are good ones among them. MashaAllah. They will enter Jannah too. Because Allah have to reward them. You have the one jinns that are Muslims. The way you have kafir and Muslim within the mankind, you also have them in jinn. Jinn also have Muslims and what? The kuffar. So let's move to the next verse.
فَذُوقُوا بِمَا نَسِيتُمْ لِقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا إِنَّا نَسِينَاكُمْ وَذُوقُوا عَذَابَ الْخُلْدِ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ.
After Allah made promise that what is going to fill hellfire and with mankind and jinn kind, he now moved to what will happen to them in that hellfire. He said, Fazuku, taste. Taste it. Taste the punishment of hellfire. Bima nasitum, because of your forgetfulness, because of your negligence. What did they neglect? Because they are negligent of the meeting of today, that means the day of judgment. Because they don't believe in the day of judgment. So verily we are going to also neglect you too. Allah said, verily we are going to neglect you in hellfire. We will not respond to you. And you should test that punishment of an everlasting punishment because of what you did, because of what you used to do in this world. He said, this statement that we just finished reading now is the statement of Allah. That is from the word of Allah. He said, Allah is saying this to reprimand them, to scold them. He said, this is a command from Allah that I should use to test. This is not a command to say, oh, you should test goodness. No. This is to reprimand them. The word nasitum here is that what I mean by nasitu here, bitarikukum al-iman, because you leave the iman. Iman is clear to you, say, no, I will not believe in Allah. Wal amalu lahu, and you don't work for that, for iman. Because if you have to have to said what nasitu means negligence, that means Allah is, when someone is negligent, is not aware of something happening. But that is not the meaning. It means Allah just leave you. Allah will leave them in hellfire on the day of judgment. Because they leave what? Because they leave iman in this world. So قوله تعالى بما نسيتم لقاء يومكم هذا تركتم لقاء, because you people leave the meeting of Allah, you not prepare to meet your Lord. والمراد تركت العمل, because they leave doing good deeds, they leave iman. Allah said, "Inna nasinakum taraknakum fil adhab." We are going to leave you in punishment. That's Allah al-afiyah. We ask Allah for what? For goodness. Now I said it yesterday that what even a second in hellfire is enough as punishment. That is why the Prophet said in hadith that what? Someone will be deep into hellfire and just bring it out like this. Just dip him and bring it out. They ask him, have you ever enjoyed? He said, I have not for my life, for once in my life, enjoyed, feel any enjoyment. Likewise, the Prophet said what? Someone will be deep into Jannah and bring it out. Ask him, have you ever suffered in your life? You say, no, I have not suffered. That is how enjoyment in Jannah will be. Likewise, how punishment will be in hellfire. Aliyaz billah. Just like how Allah will be saying to what? To the kuffar, Allah said, "Ihsa'u fiha wa la tukallimun." Be disgraced in hellfire. Stop talking in hellfire. Because when they enter hellfire, they start requesting, "Oh Allah, save us." Just like the verse we read yesterday. So, Rabbana. Na'am, Salih. Said, Rabbana, oh our Lord, we've seen the truth now. Return us back to this world, so that we do all right good deeds. They start requesting for a lot of things when they are in hellfire. Allah said, "Ihsa'u fiha." Be despised, be disgraced in it, and stop talking. Keep your mouth shut. He said, "What فَهَلْ يَتَكَلَّمْ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ بِرَفْعِ الْعَذَابِ." Will they be talking after this that Allah should raise the punishment, to reduce the punishment? Even to the extent they will start Allah, just reduce the punishment. He will just reduce it. Even if we will not live there, yes, just reduce it. Said Abadan li'anna fil akhirati la yaqdiruna an yukhalifu. He said that will never be possible. That Allah should grant them permission to talk again after Allah said this word to them. You should live here in disgrace and stop talking. And once Allah said that to them, they will not be able to disobey Allah again. Because on the day of judgment, no one can disobey. You can only disobey in this world. Once you get to that place, no one will be able to disobey Allah. So when Allah said this word to them, إِخْسَوْا فِيهَا وَلَا تُكَلِّمُونَ إِنْ قَطَعَ رَجَاهُمْ, all their hope will be cut short. وَلِيَّازُ بِاللَّهِ. May Allah save us from that. So the lesson you can also learn from these verses is that what? First lesson, Anna Ahalin Nari, that verily the dwellers of hellfire, yuwabbihuna bitarakil amal, they will be reprimanded for them living, doing good deeds to save them. Because Allah said, Fazuku iman nasitu. He said, what you can also learn from this particular verse that I just read now, Fazuku iman nasitu, is that there is a form of punishment. They are inside punishment already, and you are now adding to it. Taste the punishment. And Usaymin said this particular statement means a punishment, the hard punishment of the mind. Someone is, for example, someone is still is suffering already. I now tell him, you see, collect more blood today. They are beating already. I now say, tell you that what you commit more blood. That means you are touching already, you are still adding to it. This one is mind, you are you are disorganizing his mind. So number 2 every day lesson you can hear itlaq lisyan ala tarku. You can see the word nasilakum said what negligence here means what tark, leave them. Not that Allah is not aware of them, Allah is aware of them, but Allah will leave them in hellfire. The third faida is about af'al ikhtiyari, is that Allah does some things on will. If He will, He do it. If He will, He does. If He will, He will not do it. Number 4 evidence lesson, anna adhabun nar da'im, is that the punishment of hellfire will be always, no break. Because Allah said what? Wazuku adhabal khuld. Allah said what? You should test the everlasting punishment. And that is the stand of the Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. They believe that what hellfire will be forever. Kama anna na'imul jannah abadi sarmadi. Likewise how those that will be in the Jannah, they will be there forever. Some scholars believe that what hellfire will not be there forever. It's just for the meantime they will face punishment. The next thing, they will be enjoying themselves. But what the sawab that the Al-Sunnah believe in is that what hellfire will be forever. And they have evidence from the Quran. Allah have said in Suratul Nisa, say, Inna alladhina kafaru wa zalamu lam yakun Allahu liyaghfira lahum wa la liyadiyahum tariqa. Said, verily those who disbelieve and those who are wrongdoers, lam yakun Allahu liyaghfira lahum. Allah will not forgive them. Wa la liyadiyahum tariqa. Allah will not guide them to the path. Illa tariqa jahannam, except to the path of Jahannam. Aliyazu billah. Khalidina fiha abada, and they will abide there forever and ever. Wa kana dhalika ala Allahi yasira. And Allah, this is very easy for Allah to do. This is the first verse from the Quran. Another verse of Suratul Azab. Wa man ya'si Allah wa rasulahu fa inna lahu khalidina fiha. Said, whoever disobeys Allah and His Messenger, he will be in hellfire forever and ever. In another verse, in Suratul Jinn, in Suratul Jinn, Allah said what? وَمَنْ يَعْصِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَإِنَّ لَهُ نَارَ جَهَنَّمَ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. This will show that hellfire will be forever and ever. So number 6 benefit you can learn from this verse, أَنَّ جَزَاءٌ مِنْ جِنْسِ الْعَمَلِ. We also learn that the reward is according to your deeds. If you do bad deeds, you have what bad reward too. If you do good deeds, you have good reward. We now move to the next verse where Allah said what?
إنما يؤمن بآياتنا الذين إذا ذكروا بها خروا سجدا وسبحوا بحمد ربهم وهم لا يستكبرون.
After Allah is done talking to the kuffar, what will be their punishment in hellfire, he now move back to the believer. He said, Innama yuminu bi ayatina. As for those that believe in our verses, Iza zukiru biha. When the verses of Allah is being mentioned, Kharru sujada. They will rush and prostrate. They will do sujood. وَسَبَّحُوا بِحَمْدِهِ, and they glorify the name of their Lord. Say glory be to Allah Azza wa Jalla. وَهُمْ لَا يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ. they were never arrogant. So وقوله, so this particular statement of Allah, it might be probably for this Ummah of Islam, or it can also be generally for all those that believe, those before us too. Said, إنما يؤمن بآياتنا لأنهم أهل القرآن ولكن الأولى أن تؤخذ على سبيل العموم. He said, they are the people of the Quran, but you can also take it to be general for all the generations that have come before us that believe in Allah. Because Allah said in Suratul Isra, towards the end of part of the surah, He said, "What inna alladhina utul ilma min qablihi idha yutla alayhim yakhirun." He said, those people of knowledge before us, once the verse of Allah is being recited to them, yakhirun lil azqan sujada, they will do sujud to Allah. So it should be general that this particular verse is not for only Muslim of this time of the Nabi Muhammad, but for the Prophet before us. That is why Allah said regarding disbeliever, how do you used to relate with the verse of Allah? Allah said in Suratul Anfal, He said what? Innama, say alladhina amanu. No, so that is in Suratul Ibrahim. No, Suratul Rod. Now, Allah said what? Alladhina amanu wa tatma'innu qulubuhum bi zikrillah. Those who believe. If you are a believer, once they mention that, this is what Allah said, you have to what? Be humble. Said alladhina amanu. Said those who believe, wa tatma'innu qulubuhum bi zikrillah. And they tranquil, they calm their heart with the zikr of Allah, with the remembrance of Allah.
ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب.
Said behold, is with the zikr of Allah, with the remembrance of Allah, that what? The heart will be calm. The heart will be tranquil. If you want to have peace of mind, rest of mind in this world, you have to always do zikr. That is why you have the fortress of Husn Muslim, the fortress of what? Islam, Muslim. So get that fortress of Muslim and be using it. There is no condition that you find yourself, whether being what it is or in difficulty, there must be a azkar that the Prophet Allah prescribed for you to do. And if you are doing that, you find your life will be so easy. You will not be among those that want any small thing, they are looking for where to browse. They are looking for what the susia to go and meet her. So and so happened yesterday. You won't just dog barking beside their door. It's a trouble for them. Even cats crying at night is a trouble for them. But as a Muslim, you're not supposed to be like that. The Quran, the zikr of Allah should be enough to calm you, to make you tranquil. In another verse in Suratul Anfal, Allah said what? Innamal mu'minuna.
إنما المؤمنون الذين إذا ذكر الله وجلت قلوبهم وإذا تليت عليهم آياته زادتهم إيمانا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون.
Allah said, إنما المؤمنون, as for the believers, الذين إذا ذكر الله, when Allah is being mentioned to them, wajilat qulubuhum, their heart to tremble. Wa idha tuliyat alayhi ayatu, and when they listen to the recitation of verse of Allah, zadatuhum imana, it will increase them in what? In iman, in belief. It is the same Quran that some people, you have to recite it from now to tomorrow, it will not even move them at all. If you are like that, you are having a problem. You have to check your iman. وَعَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ, they always rely on their Lord. That is what Allah is also saying here. إِنَّمَا يُؤْمِنُ بِآيَاتِنَا إِذَا ذُكِّرُوا بِهَا خَرُّوا سُجَّدًا. They will be humble. They will do sujood to Allah Azza wa Jalla. Say, الَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِّرُوا أَيَّانِ وَإِذُوا, when they are being admonished. Say, biha ay ju'ilat ma'ridatun lahum, when the verse of Allah is being made as what? Admonition to them. They are being admonished with the verse of Allah, kharru sujjada, they will prostrate to Allah, they will do sujood to Allah Azza wa Jalla. So haru sujada hururu yakunu min a'la ila al-asfal. So when said prostration is from you from above to the ground. You are standing or you are sitting, you now bow yourself, your head to Allah Azza wa Jalla. So haru sujada yadallah means that you only do sujood. It means you now humble yourself because you've listened to what? To wa'azi, to the admonition. You now humble to what Allah has said will really touch you. Allah in the verse said, وَهُمْ لَا يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ. And they are not arrogant. They are not pompous. Rather, they are humble. They what? Humble themselves to Allah. Let's quickly look at what you mean by kibir. What do you mean by what someone be arrogant? Say al-kibr wa huwa alladhi yad'u sahibahu ila radd al-haq. He said arrogant is what push people to reject the truth. You see someone is telling you the truth, but because of arrogance, you now reject it. So anybody that is rejecting the truth is because of arrogance. Wa adamu qabuli mimma ja'a bihi, and without accepting what the truth have come to it. Bisababi ihtikar. And the reason that some people reject the truth is because of belittling. You know, this boy of yesterday that I'm even taking Alphabet Asa, he now tell me to do this because what you so much disrespect, you so much belittle the individual that is saying that truth. That Prophet said in Hadith, said what? Al-kibru batul al-haq wa qamtun nas. He said kibr means you rejecting the truth. Say batul al-haq ayani at-takabbur al-haq fala yaqbulu. Is you feeling pompous regarding the truth and you now reject it. Wa qamtun nas ihtikari, because the person that is saying it is not from your tribe, because the person that is saying it is not from your people, because the person that is saying it is too young, you now reject it. وَإِنَّ هَذَا سَبَبٌ خَطِيرٌ. He said this reason that people give that made them to be proud, to be arrogant, is a very dangerous disease. لَهُوَ الَّذِي أَمَالَ رَاسُ شَيْطَانٌ شَرٌّ. He said it is what have diverted the leader of the people that commit evil, which is the shaitan. That's why is kunna lil malaikati sujudu li Adam fasajadu illa iblis. Said what Allah said when you say to the angel to all prostrate to Adam, they all prostrated, except one Iblis. And why did he refuse to prostrate? He refused to prostrate to Adam, and he was arrogant. And he was among those that are what are disbeliever. And this is another verse when he was asked, why do you not prostrate to Adam? He said, because I am better than him. Said, he said, I'm better than what? Adam. I was being created from what? From fire. And Adam is created from clay. I'm better than him. You can see the reason, because he believed to Adam that, you know, Adam that they created in my presence, and I said I should not proceed to him. That is the main reason people would reject truth today. Let's quickly look at the fact that we can learn from this verse. Number one, anna lil iman alamat, is that you should know that iman, there is sign that you see in people that, oh, this one, he has iman. Because Allah said, innama yu'minu bi ayatina alladhina idha dhukiru biha, to the end of the verse. So this is the description of what those that believe. So for you to be a believer, there must be a sign of belief in you. So number two, benefits you can learn from this, lesson from you can learn from this, anna man da'a al-iman biduna alamatin fadawahu batin. That whoever claim to have iman, just like some people will say, tell you that what iman is in the heart. Don't worry. We are still seeing us. Even if we are moving around, we are smoking around, no problem. We have Iman. Iman is in the heart. He said, Iman, we will claim to have Iman, and there is no sign of Iman visible in him. He's not dressing the way Islam have asked them to dress. He's not talking the way Islam have asked them to talk. He said, this show that his claim is falsehood. Number 3 lesson you can also learn then, al-istidlal bil ahwal wal qara'in, is you using as a source of evidence some conditions, some link. لأن الله ذكر علامة على الإيمان في هذا الأفعال, because Allah mentioned the signs that will show that, oh, these signs, once you see these signs in so people, you know that this particular person has believed. Wal-iman mahalatu qalbi, because iman, ideally iman is in the heart. But what to show that this person have iman is the limbs, to see how do you do. فلا يعلم ولكن هذه الأعمال قرائن والأحوال تدل على وجود ما هي دليل عليه. He said, but deeds, they are the link to show that, oh, this doesn't have iman, because the way you used to talk, the way you used to behave, so that, oh, this one is a Muslim, he really believe in Islam. Number 5 lesson you can also learn from here. Anna al-iman tamaman wa nuqsanan. He said imans, it increase and decrease. So sometimes you have the iman, you want to do a lot of deeds, or sometimes it will decrease. You will so low, you can't even like to recite Quran, you can't recite Quran. So as a Muslim, you also have to keep watch and make sure that your iman, if you're getting low, you boost it up. I mean, it's high, you try to maintain it. He said, لأن هذه الآية لا شك أنها في كمال الإيمان, because this verse is telling us the highest limit of what of Iman. But it can also reduce. So number 6 lessons you can learn from there. أن من علامات الإيمان انقياد المواعظ, is that from the sign that you have Iman is that you respond to admonition. When someone is admonishing you, you will come and learn from the admonition. That is why Allah says, الَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِّرُوا بِهَا خَرُّوا سُجَّدًا, because they are responding to what? To the admonition. That is why they are doing sujood. Another lesson you can also learn, أن الإنسان المؤمن قد يطير عليه جهل ونسيان, is that a Muslim, a believer, sometimes might be ignorant of some things, or sometimes even be negligence. Something he's supposed to do, you don't do it because it's forgetful, because of forgetfulness or negligence. Because Allah said, when they are being reminded, when they are being admonished. And the next lesson you can also learn here is Fadilah to sujood, the virtue of prostrating, the virtue of doing sujood. That's what the Prophet have said in the hadith, that what? Inna aqrab ma yakunu abdu min rabbih wa huwa sajid. He said the closest point that a servant will be to his Lord, that very close to your Lord, is when you are at the point of sujood. That is why the Prophet said you should do a lot of dua in that last point. The number 9 lesson you can see here is al-jamu bayn al-intifa'u al-aibu wa nafsu anillahi ma subuti kamalihi. He said we can also learn from here that there is combination of you negating any type of criticism from Allah or any defect from Allah. That is why I said wasabbahu bihamdihi. They will now glorify their Lord. Say glory be to Allah. You are free from any defect. He said because tasbih tanzih. When you tasbih, you are purifying your Lord. And the next lesson you can see the anna min sifatil mu'min at-tawaddu is that one of the attributes of a believer is that they always humble yourself. They always humble yourself. وَهُمْ لَا يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ. They will not be arrogant. They will not be arrogant to others. فَتَوَدُّ لِلْحَقِّ وَلِلْخَلْقِ. And being humble is of two types. Humble to the truth and also humble to the creation of Allah. وَلَكِنْ يَجِبُ أَنْ تَعْرِفِ الْفَرْقُ بَيْنَ التَّوَادُّ وَالذِّلِّ. As a Muslim, for you to be humble, you have to know the difference between being humble or being humiliated. Some people will think that they are humble, they are being humble, and what they are humiliating themselves. The one that is paramount in our society today, because some people are looking for food, they have to go to the politician doorstep. They want to go and look for that. We are waiting for you. You see, madam, so I want to stay in his own place. He will be looking for politician around because of a good year, because of small money. So if al-mu'min la yakun zalilan, because a believer cannot be humiliating himself. Walakin yakuna mutawadiyan, rather he should humble himself. Fa idha tabayyana lahu al-haqq inqada lahu. When the truth is being clear to him, is being explained to them, he will obey and humble himself. Fahada tawadu lil-haqq. That is how to humble yourself to the truth. You obey the truth. You respond to the truth. And if it's relating with the creations, he will relate with them with what? With humbleness. But he should not disgrace himself. He should not be arrogant to people. And he should not belittle people too. In answer that, this particular one, I teach him this. I have more virtue than him. So the next faida is 11th. Anna ta'asub fi taqlid laysa min tariq al-mu'minin. Is that as a believer, it should not be a ta'asub. It should not be, what do you call it, partisans. So this is my people. This is my group. Because that is what we brought about, what arrogance. Because the person that is saying it is not from your group, you not believe in him. It's not from your jama'ah, you not believe in him. It's not from your tribe, you not believe in him. This will take you to what? To kibr, to arrogance. Fi taqlid laysa min tariqatil mu'minin. And you make it to be blind following. Because this particular individual is from your jama'ah. Anything he says is right. Even if he's saying rubbish, you just blind follow him like that. Because what Umla Yastakbirun said, وَيُوجَدْ فِي مُتَعَصِّبِينَ فِي تَقْلِيدِ مَا يَسْتَكْبِرُ عَنِ الْحَقِّ. Because you see those that are blind following, those that are partisans, they will always be arrogant when the truth is exposed to them. And the last benefit lesson you can learn from here is that Zam man asarra ala ra'i bibatin. Is that Allah criticizes those that persist on bad view, forceful word views. Because Allah said, "What wahum la yastakbirun." So فَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ إِذَا قَالَ قَوْلًا لَا يُمْكِنُ أَنْ يَتَنَازَّلَ عَلَيْهِ وَلَوْ بَانَ الْحَقُّ. He said there are some people that even if it's been clear that this is the truth to Allah, from Allah to them, they will reject it. Even after explaining everything, they will reject it. وَهَذَا نَوْعٌ مِنَ الِاسْتِكْبَارِ. And this is one of the way of being arrogant to the truth. So وَالْوَاجِبْ أَنْ تَعْرِفْ نَفْسَكَ وَأَنَّكَ بَشَرٌ. You should know yourself that what you are a human being. وَأَنَّ يَفُوكَ الْعِلْمُ. Because some knowledge might pass you by. You don't know that what this is part of Islam. إِمَّا نِسْيَانًا وَإِمَّا جَهْلًا. Whether what you are negligent or because you are ignorant. وَيَفُوتُكَ أَيْضًا, and they also surpass you, al-wusul ila ghaya. It will not make you to achieve your aim, your goal in life, because you are only believing people. So likewise, those that don't have knowledge, you must have the knowledge, but sometimes you'll be negligent of it. You're not even thinking towards that direction. So this is what we can learn from this particular verse. We take the next verse where Allah said, what tatajafa?
تتجافى جنوبهم عن المضاجع يدعون ربهم خوفا وطمعا ومما رزقناهم ينفقون.
Allah said what? تتجافى جنوبهم. تتجافى جنوبهم. They distance their side عن المضاجع, from their bed, from their place of what? Of relaxation. يدعون ربهم. They are calling their Lord خوفا وطمعا, in fear and in hope. ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. And from what we have provided for them, they are spending it out, they are giving it out. Now Allah started with the believer. There are people that used to prostrate when they listen to what to wazi. Now give another attribute of them. There are people that used to pray in the night. There are people that used to do tahajjud. So وتتجافى جنوبهم يعني وتبتعد أيضا لأن المناجاة العبادة مجافاة means what? To distance something. ومنه كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, that is why in the hadith of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said what? كان يجافي عضديه في السجود. He used to distance, move away his hand, his elbow from his side. Not doing it like this, you spread it out in sujood. He said, يعني يعبدها عن جنبه. So Wakolu, he used to distance his what? He used to distance his elbow from what? From his side. So Wakolu Ta'ala, and saying to Allah, Ani al-Madaji, al-Madaji jamu madja, wa huwa makan ittija, is a place you sleep, where you want to lie yourself. Wal idja'u nawm. And when I say idja means what? To sleep. You distance yourself from where you sleep. Walakin laysa kullu layla. It's not the whole night. La walakin zamanu mashru'un at-tahajjud fi. But there is a specific time as part of the night that someone should pray. Wa qawlu yad'una rabbahum khawfan, and the statement that Allah said what? Yad'una, they are calling their Lord khawfan. Khawfan yani min iqabi. They are scared, they are afraid of the punishment of Allah. Wa tama'an yani fi rahmati. They are wishing, hoping to what? To be among those that Allah will have mercy upon. So khawfan min iqabillah wa tama'an fi rahmati, lakin al-hamil ala khawf wa tama'an annahu idha nadhara ila tafsirihi. He said, someone that is to be afraid and also be eager, to also be hoping from his Lord, there are those that they will look at their own defects, their shortcoming. Wa azamatillahi wa shiddati iqabi, and also look at what the greatness of Allah and his punishment of Allah. Ghalaba alayhim janibul khawf. So they become scared that, oh, I have committed this sin, I have committed this sin. Because I have committed this sin, they are scared of Allah. They will be afraid. وَإِذَا نَظَرُوا إِلَى سِيَةِ رَحْمَتِهِ وَعَفْوِهِ, and they also look at the aspect of Allah, that Allah is so merciful and so pardoning that you can pardon him. They will now stood up and start doing what is necessary. They will start obeying Allah. So they will be hoping that Allah also will have mercy upon them. Say, So people like this, they're walking in between the two. As a Muslim, it should be bad that you are just fearing that Allah should not punish you. Or you are just fearing that Allah should just you enter Jannah. That's some people will say that, no, me, I know I will enter Jannah. It's wrong. You should in between what? Khawf and Tama. You should be between fearing and also expecting the mercy of Allah. جناحي الخوف والطمع ولكن أيهما ينبغي أن يغلب. So if it is the two words, the two sides, which one should really incline to the most? Which one should overcome the other? There are differences of opinion regarding scholars regarding this. One of the opinions is the opinion of Imam Ahmad. He said ينبغي أن يكون خوفه ورجاء واحد. According to Imam Ahmad, he said his fear and his hope should be the same thing, the same level. Because فَأَيُّمَا غَلَبَ هَلَكَ صَاحِبُهُ. You see, anyone that will overpower the other, the person will destroy himself. If your hope is getting too much, you are not more fearing Allah, you destroy yourself. If your fear is too much, you are not more hoping anything from Allah, you also destroy yourself. That's according to Imam Ahmad. But some other people have other view than this. Some still killer as-sahihi, someone that is healthy, you are not having any problem. Say you could level janib al-khawf. According to this particular group, they said someone that is healthy, you should be inclined to fear. That will fear that Allah should punish you more than the way you hope from Allah. But as for someone that is sick, you should always have that Allah should have mercy upon him more than the way you will be fearing from Allah. But find the mouth, yughlabu janibu tama wa raja. But if someone is dying as a Muslim, the one that should supersede is his hope. She hope that Allah has entered Jannah. Sewakila infala ta'atin fayughlabu janib raja. If you have been obedient to Allah, it will make it very easy for your hope to be more. But if the person is committing sin, what will be more should be fear. There should always be fear that Allah will punish him. Wallahu alam, the best opinion regarding this is the opinion of Imam Ahmad. You should always balance the two. You should be in between these two. لكن مشكلة هؤلاء وعاز الذين يكتبون هذه الكتب. So you can see today that what some scholars, they are busy writing book regarding this particular verse where Allah said what تتجافى جنوبهم عن المضاجع يدعون ربهم. They started writing books. There are some who will tell you that what they pray Salatul Subuhi, Salatul Isha and Salatul Subuhi with one ablution. Subuhi and Isha. That means they don't sleep throughout the whole night. After praying Subuhi, they start Tahajjud till Fajr. After Isha, they start what? The Tahajjud till Salatul Isha. Sheikh Hussein is saying here that what? Yuriduna yuragibun nas. They are just trying to incite people, to encourage people to want to do good. Lakin yuragibunahum fil batil. But they are using deception, they are using falsehood to incite people, to encourage people. Wala anna an-nas iktasara lahum bima sahha an Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said if people are to restrict themselves to what have been narrated from the Prophet that is authentic, min at-tabshir wal inzar, from good news and warning, min al-a'malu salihah lastaqam, that they are doing good deeds, they will be firm on the straight path. Lakin indama asma hadha rajul asna alayhi 40, said I've heard that a man was being praised that he prayed for 40 years, good 40 years, salla salatul fajri bi wudu isha, that he prayed salatul isha, salatul subhi with the abolition of Suratul Sajdah of the previous day. So I've heard people saying this. Akulu, aina ana min hala. You will just say, if that is the case, someone is paying Suratul Subuhi with abolition of Suratul Sajdah. Why is not me? Me, I cannot do anything. At least let me be waking up to do tahajjud. فَسَأَبْقَى عَلَى مَا أَنَا عَلَيْهِ وَأُصَلِّي صَلَاةَ الْعِشَاءِ رَكْعَتَيْنِ Sunnatul Isha. He said, as for me, Usaymin said, as for me, I will remain upon what I'm used to do. I'll pray the sunnah of after Isha with rak'atain wal witr and do the witr. Aqallu rak'atun. You can only do the least of it is 1 rak'ah. After Isha, you do your 1 rak'ah and you are done. فَأُصَلِّ رَكَعَةً وَلَا يَجِبُ إِلَّا قِرَاءَةُ الْفَاتِحَةِ فَاغْتَسَلَ الْفَاتِحَةِ. He said, it's not compulsory except I just pray 1 rak'ah, and what is compulsory that you should recite Fatiha and other verse of the Quran. Now you are even capable. You can only recite Fatiha and you are done. So let's really learn the evidence lesson we can learn from this chapter. So I think we are on the faida already. We are in the first faida what we can learn from this chapter. So Allah's first benefit, the benefit we can learn from here, Fadilah to Dua, is the virtue of praying. Said this will be wake up in the night, Yadu'una Rabbahum. They are calling their Lord. And as this has been said clearly that what Allah is to come down to the third heaven or to the first heaven all night. And you say, who is asking me for anything so that I can grant it to him? Where some people will be sleeping at that time and be snoring. Even if it's only 1 rak'ah. Some meaning to what? So that to be wake up. If Salat Subuh is 5:30, by 5 o'clock wake up and do tahajjud. You should use that. You should make that your habit to always pray tahajjud. Another benefit you can also learn from it. أنه ينبغي للداعي وللعامل العابد أن يكون دعاؤه وعبادته بين الخوف والرجاء. That a da'i, a caller to Islam, and those that are working, that are worshiping, that they should always pray that their ibadah, their worship should be between fear and hope. As you are fearing, you also put hope from Allah. Another benefit, Fadilah in fact, Allah, is the benefit that we should always spend from what Allah provided for you. Don't be stingy. That's Allah said, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. And from what you provide to them, they are spending it out. They are giving out. Allah hasbu tafsir alayhi dhakarana fi tafsir. Just like we have explained it in the tafsir of this verse. So it's not compulsory that you must spend everything you have. If you are someone that have plenty and you want to spend all, you can also have another one. Spend all, no problem. Just like Abu Bakr did. When Prophet said what there is need for jihad, to bring his whole wealth. But if you are not like that, at least spend from your what? From your wealth. Inshallah, this is I want to stop today. Subhanaka la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayhi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.